Here's Edelman broken up, and the pass is no sign yet. Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch. And we'll get another look at this. Alford knocked it up into the air, and let's see who comes down with it. Oh, that's a catch. Oh, my God. That's incredible. That's amazing concentration by Julian Edelman to be able to make a play on that.
Is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. We'll review the play.
The ball was resting on the arm of Ricardo Allen, and Edelman able to re-grab it before he hits the ground. I checked with Mike Pereira in our booth. He thinks it's a catch, and the play's being challenged by Atlanta.
And it should have been an interception by Robert Alford. I mean, he makes a play on this. He's in perfect position right there to intercept that ball. Instead, it gets popped up. But Julian Edelman, it's outstanding.
Toss to White. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl. Brady has his 5th. What a comeback. Another look to make sure. James White driving. They've already shot off the confetti. Fans are on the field. And it looks like a good touchdown.
Yeah, it does to me too, Joe. When the knee goes down, where's the ball? I don't know what they'd do if they had to overturn this, but it looked to me like the ball was across. And what an effort by James White, who's had himself a heck of a ball game.
Simmons, fly ball, shallow left. Back is Cosma. He'll take it. He'll call. Oh, it's going to drop. It falls. Miscommunication. And the bases are loaded, and Box can't believe it.
This crowd's been crazy all night. I wonder if it affected their communication.
They're calling it an infield fly rule. Wow. One umpire did. That's why Freddie Gonzalez is out. Well, this is a huge call here.
You cannot call that an infield fly.
No way.
It's too deep. He wasn't camped.
That ball went up, and infield fly rule was called immediately. This is a game-changing decision.
You know, this is what happens occasionally when you add extra umpires down the right field and left field line. You have extra umpires. Sometimes you have extra callers.
Infield fly rule is the call. Simmons is going to be out.
It has to be a call where the infielder has a legitimate chance to catch the ball without a whole lot of effort.
Base runners are on their own when the infield fly rule is called, but the batter is out. An unbelievable call here. Umpire called it. That is the left field umpire, Sam Holbrook.
Oh, this is not good. Fans are throwing stuff on the field all over the ballpark. They got to stop this.
Matheny and Gonzalez got to get their players off the field.
This is embarrassing for Atlanta fans. Now there are bottles and cans that are falling short and landing on fans down in the seats close to the field.
Wow. We're going to have a significant delay here. Very disappointing from the Turner Field fans. You can understand their frustration, but never take the steps to throw something on the field like this.
No, this is absolutely embarrassing for Atlanta fans.
It was a late call by Holbrook, and I'm wondering if when he yelled infield fly, if that's why Cosma came off the ball. Maybe he heard that sound.
Could have been. Could have been. The crowd's been so loud. The problem for the communication between the fielders could have been just noise.
He It's just a different perspective. You're making a call in a position that you haven't umpired all season long.
The putout goes F6 officially. Cosmo will get credit for the putout as the cleanup continues here at Turner Field. So instead of the bases loaded and McCann coming up, it's going to be 2 on with 2 out. I mean, that is deep in left field. No way that's an infield flyer. Still delayed here at Turner Field as they remove the debris from the field. There's still debris coming out, not as much as it was a moment ago, but Freddie Gonzalez just a moment ago. And the reason we're back here is because Freddie Gonzalez went to the home plate umpire Jeff Kellogg and he put the game under protest. And Kellogg gives the sign, the P, under protest from the Braves manager. So we've had a significant delay here with debris coming on the field. Jason Mott is on the mound loosening, the Cardinal closer. It's Jeff Kellogg on the phone.
You've almost
he's helping the MLB officials.
Almost the way things have gone, you've almost got to station some security guards on top of the dugout and kind of keep an eye on what's coming out.
Send it back down to Tom Verducci.
Yeah, Ron made a great point about really it hasn't stopped, and the players at the edges and umpires of the field have remained in danger. In fact, during that last conversation among Freddie Gonzalez and the umpires, Jeff Kellogg was hit by a small liquor bottle, the kind you will find on an airplane. It did bounce before it hit him, but then they had to move the conversation closer to the middle of the field and out of harm's way. So clearly there is a concern about the safety of players and umpires at this point.
Jeff Kellogg finally back out. No umpire wants to be in a position like this.
If he goes over to Mike Matheny, this is going to be nuts. That means they're going to change the call.
I think so too.
Let's see. No argument from Matheny.
And no base runner at first.
Okay. So it will stay, and we'll try to find out what that was all about as soon as we can.
Discipline. 3rd and 7. Elway lines up back in the shotgun. This time it's not an empty backfield, though. That's Rod Smith on the move. And Elway drops and throws and has Rod Smith. And Smith breaks one tackle and heads down the sideline. Rod Smith finally knocked out of bounds just short of the 20.
I tell you, John Elway, this could be his last game, but he can still gun that thing, can he? He looks like John Elway that played 12 years ago, 15 years ago. It's a nickel defense, and they put in their nickel back, and he just beat him on slant. And he just started out, then he went to the inside. And one thing about these Bronco receivers, they run well.
Who months ago was throwing for touchdowns as the star quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, now has thrown himself before the mercy of a federal court, admitting in court papers to dogfighting. The 1-count plea to be entered by Vick in Richmond, Virginia, Monday, charges Vick with conspiracy, a charge that could bring as much as a 5-year prison term. Responding to a possible plea deal earlier this week, one of Vick's defense attorneys indicated the agile quarterback couldn't run from his past.
He's accepting responsibilities for those charges, and he's trying to put the pieces of his life back together, and ask that you pray for him and forgive him for any wrongdoings that he may have been involved in.
3 co-defendants have already pleaded guilty, and all 3 gave graphic details about how Michael Vick's Virginia property was the headquarters of Bad News Kennels, that dogs were raised there to fight, that Vick not only financed the operation, but took part in gambling, and that Michael Vick personally killed underperforming dogs by drowning and electrocution. In his plea agreement today, Vick's lawyers appeared to be trying to minimize the damage, specifically saying while Vick financed the operation, even put up money for purses, he did not bet on the dogs. He did admit, however, to agreeing to the killing of 6 to 8 dogs that did not perform well in so-called testing sessions. The dogs were killed by various methods, including hanging and drowning. And, the summary states, Vick agrees and stipulates that these dogs all died as a result of the collective efforts of his co-defendants Pernell Peace, Quantas Phillips, and himself, Vick. Neither Vick nor the prosecution had anything to say about the plea deal beyond the court filings. Once the plea is entered in court Monday, a federal judge will decide whether to accept it and then set a sentencing date. A source familiar with details of the case says prosecutors will ask the judge to send the star quarterback to prison for no less than 18 months. Drew Griffin, CNN, Atlanta.
Leyritz, his first at bat of the night. It's not beyond Leyritz to try to pop one over the right field boards.
That's where his power is the opposite field.
Big swing. He was right on it. 98 miles per hour for strike one. Mike Aldretti off the bench and on deck. He'll hit for Nelson.
Mile-an-hour slider for Mark Wohlers. It's faster than the best fastball Denny Nagel threw in the ball game.
Right, right. That's right. The Yankees with a tying run at the plate here in the 8th inning. And now 2-1 on Leyritz.
Wohlers is going to the breaking ball too much. This situation right here, this is a game situation. It's almost like Bobby Cox is shaking his head. If you get beat, you want to get beat on your best pitch, not your third best pitch.
2-1 on Leyritz. Another good swing, 2-2. And up to 99 miles per hour from Wohlers.
Oh, with the fans on their feet now. A little extra adrenaline, see if he can crack that 100 mark.
Back-to-back singles and a force out. And a 2-2 pitch coming to Leyritz. Able to get a piece and stay alive.
Went back to the slider on the 2-2 pitch. Be able to see the rotation on this pitch. A little dot in the middle there. Ball breaking down and away. Leyritz just able to fight it off and buy himself one more pitch.
Again, the 2-2 to Leyritz. The track at the wall, we are tied. Six here in the 8th.
And it was a slider in the eyes of Leyritz. Another slider from Wohlers. We talked about it before it happened. They are dancing in the streets of New York right now. And it's a very quiet Fulton County Stadium. A high slider that speeds up the bat head. That's why Leyritz pulled the ball, because it was a slider and not a fastball. I don't believe I've ever seen Mark Wohlers throw this many sliders in his life.
I think the Yankee bench had a better feel for how far that ball was going than Leyritz. Just did get over the wall as Andrew Jones scaled the left field wall, and Wohlers, the inning started on that ball that stayed fair. Don't forget the missed chance on the double play ball that rolled up the arm of Belliard, and the 3-run home run by Leyritz and a hug from Nelson.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins! The Crimson Tide will not be denied. True freshman. Murray deep. King.
Big throw right there.
At the 35-yard line.
Georgia's still alive now. That was a big-time throw right there. King knew he was going to get hurt. He took that catch, stayed with it. He knew he was going to get pasted on the play with C.J. Mosley.
Number 26, bottom of the screen. Murray. No, he's got a man. Arthur Lynch.
15 seconds. They're going to get 2 throws to the end zone. They can clock this ball right now, meaning ground it, or they can run a hurry-up play. The clock has started.
12 seconds to go. Murray got it, but the clock is running.
That's the one thing he didn't want to do.
Game over. Alabama faces Notre Dame for the national championship in Miami. Gary, take us through the last play.
I think this last pass was deflected. But either way, it was not in the end zone. The ball had to go to the end zone. It was deflected.
C.J. Mosley got a hand on it.
And once it was caught, the game was over. I thought they should have clocked the ball right away. As soon as the umpire moved, go down, ground that football, and you get 2 throws to win the game.
NHL is returning to Winnipeg. True North Sports and Entertainment has purchased the Atlanta Thrashers and will move the team to the Manitoba capital city for next season.
Today, on behalf of my family, our partner David Thompson, and our entire organization, I am excited beyond words to announce our purchase of the Atlanta Thrashers.
This transaction and the club's relocation are, as Mark said, subject to the approval of the NHL Board of Governors, and it is our expectation that this matter will be on the June 21st meeting agenda.
Winnipeg's been without NHL action since the Jets moved to Phoenix in 1996.
NHL, welcome home here in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
The Thrashers couldn't make a go of it in Atlanta, ranking 28th of 30 teams in attendance with an average of less than $14,000 a game. The team lost an estimated $150 million since 2005, according to the ownership group. Efforts to find a buyer that would keep the team in town didn't materialize.
To our fans in Atlanta, we are not happy about it leaving Atlanta. Please be assured it was never about whether Winnipeg is better than Atlanta. The decision to come to Winnipeg was made only after Atlanta's ownership made the decision that they were going to sell, even if it meant the club was going to leave Atlanta.
Atlanta's now lost 2 NHL franchises to Canadian cities. The Flames moved from Atlanta to Calgary in 1980. Jim Militello, The Associated Press.
Don't let him shoot it. Elo for 3. And Dominic Wilkins. Bad pass. Here come the Bucks.
Forbes wide open for three. And a foul. Giannis ended up with the ball, and he ends up being fouled.
Trae Young is down here. You're wondering if he's tired or did something happen on that last play. Official's foot. Yeah, right there. A little tweak right there. Little tweak of the ankle on the official Sean Wright's right foot. Something to watch going forward.
Jones to move the sticks. Okay, clock is running. Matt Ryan's had 7 game-winning drives so far this season. And this was one of the plays of the game and maybe the most controversial call of the playoffs. Harry Douglas ruling on the field a catch, and the replay, fellas?
You know what? It looks like the ball moves a bit, but they said his hand did not come off the football, so he's still secure.
Though the Saints defense is stiffened enough to make it a fourth and goal attempt. If the Colts don't convert, the game is over, and they don't convert. Reggie Wayne can't bring it in, and Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints take their very first victory formation in a Super Bowl. Tracy Porter with a pick six of Peyton Manning, eventually sealing the deal to make the New Orleans Saints Super Bowl champs for the first time ever. Sean Payton, in his 4th year as head coach, realizing the dream of so many New Orleanians and so many folks who have been rooting for the Saints, waiting for this to happen. Drew Brees with a 32 for 39 night for 288 yards.